Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is the newest film from producer Michael Bay's production company, Platinum Dunes. Back history. So, growing up, I wasn't really a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I grew up with with a little bit of the cartoon and the second movie and the toys.
I grew up with the cartoons and 1, 2, and 3, even though I didn't like 3. I love the original motion picture 1 and 2, Secret of the Ooze. Cartoons, I was hit and miss. I was a kid, so I was like, not, knowing to watch it story by story. But I know enough to know what I wanted these films to do and what to not do.
Now, I recently watched the first Turtles film from 2014, and
I went and seen it on opening night that year.
Yeah. Now, I keep in mind I don't have a hatred for Michael Bay, but I can say that a lot of his films in the past have just really not been
franchises.
His
franchises when he does the Transformers and Turtles. I'm not going into these films like thinking I'm going to see him finally get one right. But I knew the first one going in, it was going to be a CGI fest. I called it from day one when the first one even came out that Michael Bay was a bad choice, and I was right,
Yeah, pretty much the first one, if you remember, was directed by another guy who did Battle Los Angeles, but the first film,
it was basically
shot Michael Bay. It was 90%.
Did you see what I was talking about? Like, it doesn't even look like it's all Michael Bay. The side shots, the Megan Fox's ass. I mean,
Part one, I wanted to say that I watched the film finally, and I just thought it was okay. The movie has a lot of problems going after seeing it. They had the problems with Shredder. You had the problems with the Turtles. CGI fest. Turtles were kind of more in the background. It was more April.
But it was
It was still entertaining, I can say.
Entertaining, but it was okay. I gave that like a 5.5 out of 10. It was just 50-50. I didn't really care for it, but it was not. It was like I watched it, and if I don't have my kids, I'm not probably going to watch it again. It was just a hit or miss movie for me. But I can tell you right now, blew this fucking piece of shit out of the water, what we're about to talk about.
So, Out of the Shadows is the sequel following the previous movie, and this film sets up to where the Turtles realize that Shredder is now has broken out. So, a little previous. So basically, the Turtles are led to believe that from another source, Baxter Stockman, played by Tyler Perry, that they're trying to break Shredder out. So not only do they have to worry about Shredder, but they also got to worry about these two guys that are prisoners, Bebop and Rocksteady, which is the first time that we ever see them in a live-action movie. Yeah. Now, for a long time, going back to Turtles 2, the original movie, many fans were kind of thrown off that those two, Tokar and Razar, were like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Which they was. I don't know what was the reason why they didn't.
Because they were two lackeys. Yeah, I guess because they couldn't really get the rights or something.
I guess the rights because it was pretty much doable. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why. So, but anyways,
basically this one goes that the Turtles have to go after Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady, and then there's another plot going on where apparently Shredder is dealing with an outer dimension where we're introduced to Krang.
Yeah.
And so the movie has your typical action scenes where it's all CGI and the jokes are like
CGI.
There are jokes that work a little funnier in this one, but then there are jokes that are really awful too. Yeah. So
all right, so let's try not to get all over the place. Let's not telling you the details of the whole movie, but really going deep into this. This movie was an ugly piece of shit mess.
It was.
I will say my only cons was finally get Bebop Rocksteady. Unfortunately,
you mean pros?
Huh?
You mean pros?
No. Oh, yeah, my pros. My pros, basically, Bebop Rocksteady, that's cool. I've been wanting to see them for so many years. They look like they do in the animated series. And in Crane, even though I thought it was too soon, it was cool to see Crane. But other than that, let's get to the damn cons. This movie is a fucking ugly mess.
It is.
It is a piece of shit.
This film has so many plots going on. It's the equivalent of watching one of Michael Bay's Transformers movies.
It's not really plots. It's a glob of scenes. I feel like
all
it's
strangled together.
It's just a glob of scenes just thrown out there. Nothing is matching, so the editing is really off.
Bad.
Then we go focus on shit that don't make sense, like it's trying to be a comedy, but it really is just piss poor.
There is a lot of things this movie does that rinse and repeats. You have a scene where they're fighting on the where they're getting Shredder, and then about 2 scenes later, or 2 scenes following, it's all exposition dialogue back and forth talking about the plot, and most of the time,
and it's not good dialogue.
The exposition you're talking about is shit we already know. I'm like, okay, I fucking get it. You already told us this earlier.
Yeah, this is really like probably one of the worst story writings. Even though I hate the Transformers and I hate, a lot of the Transformers, not all of them, but like the stories really, were really shitty as far as they went on and progressed. And then you had the previous one, Turtles, that came out 2 years ago, which I went and seen, and then you compare it to this. I think out of all those movies, this was probably one of the poorest story writings I've seen out of his Transformers and all of them. You know, I might hate some of his Transformers worse than this movie. This movie's story writing, I'm digging in more of a story writing perspective. This was a fucking piece of shit story writing. This was bad.
The whole plot is the fact that, okay, Shredder is now trying to build get these okay, forgot what he's doing.
The thing I don't get is he does his own thing, but then he gets warped into this world, some dimension, and then Crane just pops out of nowhere. We don't get no story arc on Crane. Crane's like, "Hi, I'm Crane," and then fucking I'm just taking over the world. I'm like, first of all, we don't got any story arc about is there aliens that exist in this world? What other things build up to the existence of another world? Crane just shows the fuck up. First of all, Crane is pretty much, as I've learned, is your Thanos. He shouldn't be in this film, but when he does, this should have been they should have built up to Crane for the next one. This guy needs a story arc.
Yeah, exactly. And what's bad is that, now correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you who've watched the original cartoon, I really don't think Crane did that also where he's popping in, you already know who he is. Yeah. This film has the balls to actually put in characters from the original cartoon and just throw them in there. You got Casey Jones, you have Krang, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Which I love seeing finally come in, but I'd rather them come in as a story arc.
That's what I'm saying.
Build up to, and be like, and then surprise. It's just a blob. It's just like, hi, I'm Casey Jones. And then they fail by, like, with the Casey Jones thing, for instance, example, this is bad story writing. So when I judge a movie, I want to see, like, emotion or, like, shock that somebody's in this film. I want to see surprises. In 2 minutes, the guy introduces himself as Casey Jones. But then they try to do and his mask. You're like, okay, so I could tell that was supposed to be a capitalized scene as a celebration, as an jaw dropper. Yeah. But you already told me he's fucking Casey Jones.
That's what I'm saying. That ruins any suspense you have in your film.
The suspense is just ruined completely. I already knew Crane was right. Okay, there's Crane. And Crane's really just like, he's cool, but like there's no fucking history.
There's no build up. It's just random shit thrown in there.
This movie has no build up. This is just random scene for scene for scene. Yeah. Nothing comes together. Shitty fucking dialogue. Fucking hell.
Especially Casey Jones.
Casey Jones,
the guy who played him. Look, I'm sure the guy who played him. Steven, forgot his name, who plays Arrow. I'm sure he does fine on that show. But man, he was fucking bad in this movie. This guy is more like...
if you're not even familiar with the anime series, even though I liked Elias, or whatever his name is.
Elias
Koteas in the original. I liked him because I love his New Yorker look to it. But in this, but if you're going by what we're doing, obviously the anime series, Casey Jones is supposed to be a big buff, like tatted up. I'm a fucking street thug, like a street bum, like he lived hardcore. Yeah. He's a fucking little wussy ass cop. His arms are about as fucking thin as my fucking wrist, and he wears a mask 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's all you see at the very beginning. Oh my God. One fight scene that he has.
It doesn't even feel like Casey Jones. He wears a cop fucking uniform half of the movie, and then he wears just like some hoodie. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, dude. This movie is just like glob every fucking where.
It is, especially when
the fight scenes, and then Crane loses like easily. I'm just like, and he does like what you expect from TV series, like I'll be back, and he flies away, and he just. I'm like, okay, that was really stupid. That was really just shows you right there that Crane should have never been in this film.
Exactly. Yeah. And another thing I have a huge problem with too is the fucking the turtles. Even though they get to do a lot more action in this movie, most of the time they don't do any fights. Most of the time they're driving vehicles or they're doing parkour shit.
Or we already got that the turtles fight. But I think that they're still overusing that whole idea that they are, like in the first one, they start out fighting, which that's the good thing because they actually do that when they first start. Yeah. And they're kind of teenagers, but now they're kind of grow up as men. And I think they argue too much in these movies. Like,
yeah,
they just
they're
fucking bitch.
And they also have this shit going on with. I understand Raph is supposed to be the badass of the group, but they did the same thing in this movie they did in the first one, where he's bitching the fact that he doesn't get what he wants.
I'm going to complain about this right here. This really also bothered me. The Turtles are practically now, like, fucking are accepted in the world. They're out of the shadows. They have no point to live in a sewer no more. They can now go buy a mansion and they're approved. And they don't even have no, like, build up on that, like, dark build up to, like, where the humans are like, I still don't trust you guys. I still don't trust you guys. They're like fucking like, hi, how you doing? All right, you hated me for 5 seconds. How you doing?
It's the exact same thing they did with the Transformers films. In Transformers, the sequels, they made it to where the Transformers are now in public. I'm like,
and then the Turtles now can just go walk anywhere. Exactly. Hey, how you doing?
Wasn't the whole point of the cartoon that they keep in the shadows?
Inside the sewer.
Exactly. Why the fuck would you keep them in the public? Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
And then, to tell you right now, even though, we can't replace the person now because they've already been in 2 films already, I think I'm really kind of bored with Megan Fox's acting.
Yeah.
I'm really burnt out on her. I don't think she's that great.
I thought she did okay in the first
one. I used to have this big hots for her in the first movie. But this one,
she just...
the Transformers, I thought she had hots, but I mean, I was a young guy.
For the character, April O'Neil, I like that they're at least changing the fact that she's doing more. Because, in the original cartoon, she got captured a lot. I like that they're at least changing it.
Oh! This is huge bitch. When the fuck did foot soldiers start look like Tron soldier, and Death Punk, all that dumb shit, all striped in neon lights and fucking gun shooters.
Yeah.
I know they did the gun shooting in the first one, but they actually make their fucking shit looks like G.I. Joe in this one.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man. That's the only thing they won't take from the animated series that the original did was the look of the soldiers.
Yeah. They actually look like ninjas.
No, in the first original motion picture 1 and 2. That's the same outfit they wear in the anime. The only thing they took from the animated series. And this one, they decided to go ahead and go more G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And in soldiers like military guys and stuff. I'm like, but Shredder still promotes the whole ninja thing. I just don't get why he doesn't promote his soldiers. That's what he likes. He's addicted to the ninja.
Well, and that's
why is he telling his guys to be?
That's another thing I bitch about too. Okay, we're supposed to be building up this thing with Shredder, where you think it's going to go down where he teams up with Krang. Guess what? Throughout 90% of the film, he doesn't wear his fucking mask. Yeah. And then toward the very end, when he puts his mask on, guess what? He's thrown off the side for Krang to show up, and then Krang freezes him. I'm like, why the fuck did you build all that up if you're just going to put him in the background?
Shredder was fucking poorly. Shredder was getting smacked around by everybody in this movie. It was embarrassing to watch. Shredder is supposed to be a badass. And the Turtles, the thing I have a big problem with is we know knowledge. If you watch the one in 2014, the Turtles really didn't beat Shredder. They got their ass kicked, and in April won. This one, they beat Crane easily.
Yeah.
Crane can fucking beat anybody's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he smacked around Shredder, which is believable, but it didn't do Shredder justice the whole movie.
Exactly.
Because he didn't wear his mask the whole movie. Then he puts on his mask, and then he goes, here, I did it. And then now we can team up. And then, I already seen the backstabbing going to happen. Crane doesn't like anybody. I already can call that was going to happen.
But still, the fact that he didn't wear his... Well, not that it mattered because he didn't do anything. But Shredder, he just has scenes where he says, go get it. Mm-hmm. And then he has his mask off, and then he finally puts his mask on. I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then he's like, whoop, nope, you're bitch.
Another thing I'm going to bitch about. Tyler Perry. Oh, my God. Or should I say he was playing the character of Urkel in fucking Family Matters.
He's like...
this whole movie, he's going... I'm like, what the fuck? Is that funny? I'm like, Family Matters. Fucking, where's your little pocket pins? Fucking pants up to here, you fucking dork. No. And then you think that he's going to lead into something big, other for them to just be taken away. Seriously, I mean, this fucking dude, we get the stereotype that nerds are, that they are smart and, that they had a stereotype that a lot of people hear them like, and do that stuff. But they don't really go, and he was overdoing that too fucking much. He's like, I mean, I'm not gonna blame. I'm gonna blame Tyler Perry for that. Even though I think he's a shitty actor, I don't like any of his movies. But I think a lot of that also was it was improvised by him, but it's a half and half. I think that he was told by Michael Bay and them to do that.
Yeah,
to do that. The writing is to blame. I'm sure it was in the script. So it's that's just fucking just shitty fucking writing, but. And I could just keep going on. This movie's just not even worth any of my voice, man. I usually go really dig deep. This movie's just a fucking piece of shit. From head to toe. The only thing that's going to score points on me is it was cool to see the guys from the anime series back.
Yeah, it was good seeing Bebop and Rocksteady finally for the first time. Yeah. And I actually will admit,
Crane looked cool.
I did like some of the jokes they had at first, like the jokes they had for Freddy Jones.
I like
what is it, Friday 13th?
He's like, hey, get you, and let's take Friday 13th with us.
And then he's like doing the psycho thing where he's like...
Michelangelo, he puts on the mask and he gets a movie wrong. Instead of Jason, he goes, ee. That's pretty funny. But overall, that other stuff was a little potty children humor. We can get it now. Michael Bay pretty much has made this franchise just for children. For all of us true people from the 80s and 90s, it's not for us. He fucked us. He fucked us over. I rarely say this. I hate reboots whenever they make a movie. I hate reboots coming just so short notice. I want a reboot. I want Michael Bay. I want Platinum Dunes fired. It needs to go to somebody else.
I feel like
somebody with more practicals that can do story writing. I mean, be honest with you. I think that I'd give fucking M. Night Shyamalan more of a fucking chance than this fucking prick.
Yeah, Michael Bay I actually would rather probably watch than this one. I'd actually, for the first time, fully watch that 2007 TMNT movie. Because that one, from what I've seen, is that it at least follows the Turtles a lot better. So, yeah, I really didn't like this movie, man. This movie pissed me off a lot.
And not only that, just to top it off, the movie was even boring.
It was. It was so much dialogue dragging. Like, fucking get on with it.
I almost fucking fell asleep a few times. Like, man... I'm like, oh man, this is just boring.
You talk about how do you make the Turtles boring?
He did. He managed it. First movie to ever be boring. The first person to make the Turtles boring in history. So it's a piece of glove, piece of fucking shit. I didn't like nothing of it. But the only reason why I'm going to give it this point right here, I'm giving him credit really for the fucking people he put in it. The classic looks, and he kept the look instead of making them. But this movie is this movie is a 4 out of fucking 10 F for me.
Yeah,
it's an F or fuck you.
I say the movie has like a good soundtrack, but also I love some of the action scenes they might have done, like some of the stuff with the plane and the humor they have for Bebop and Rocksteady and all that. But yeah, overall, all the fucking padding out bullshit and the fucking Turtles, like, pretty much not even really doing their martial arts.
This movie's just destroyed.
It's just, and all the wasted potential for the villains, the story that didn't go anywhere, and they're throwing so much, that is just fucking, that's disgrace. So I give the movie a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it's an F for fuck you, Michael Bay, and fuck your Platinum Dunes. You guys need to sell and give it the right to somebody else that appreciates the fucking franchise, really. So,
if you're for those of you, if you do like the movie, more power to you. But I fucking didn't like it.
Not me. I'm not gonna give it any more fucking credit. I'm done talking about that piece of shit. So we'll see you guys in the next review.
All right, we'll see you guys later.